Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I'm back. Week 13. Week 13 is almost in the books. How about it? We got 5 more weeks in the NFL season. We're back for another episode of Free Refill. It's episode 24. What an embarrassing week for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What an embarrassing week for the entire state of Pennsylvania, if we're being honest. What a Thanksgiving it was. Of course, we weren't here on Sunday. Now here Monday. Hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all got to have some good food. Hope you all had to say hello to your family members, spend some quality time with your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, people you don't see that often that are still your family. Hope you all had a good time there. I hope you all enjoyed this NFL weekend. I know I sure didn't. I know for damn sure I didn't. I didn't enjoy it for at least 30 minutes. Probably longer than that. We've got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to talk about in Week 13. I have an hour-long rant that I'm about to get on with Mike Tomlin. Because I got to be honest, I just watched absolute... not only did I watch the Eagles, who I'm kind of already about have to commit coaching malpractice. I think the biggest coaching malpractice just must be super common in the Pennsylvania area because you got two teams performing it to trying to go tip for tap, toe for toe, bar for bar, being unable to coach teams. Mike Tomlin, I think for the second time, probably just because I have so much more bias against him than anybody else. Not anybody else, but a lot of the other teams. I cannot believe the amount of frustration I have after this most recent game. Mike Tomlin is just allergic to good coaching at this point. I don't have any words outside of that with Pittsburgh, but I have a lot more to get into than just them. It's a big week, and so I figured if I'm going to be looking at the big week, we got to be looking at first off. A little quick story, I guess. A little story time. And this is gonna be your lesson for the day. If you have any free subscriptions that you know of, y'all gotta mark down your dates because I'm gonna be completely honest. I've just found out recently that I've got I just checked my recent transactions. I'm what the heck? Why am I being charged $105 from this company? And it's oh, you're not... I don't use that. I don't even use that since, college. And now I'm getting hit with charges for no reason. I'm getting hit with an $100 charge for a yearly subscription because I forgot to cancel it after the free trial. And I was oh, damn it. So now I just had to cancel my card and get a new one because I just want my money back. Well, that was dumb. That's messed up. That's a lot of moolah I gotta get back. So whatever. It is what it is. The moral of the story is pay attention to your subscriptions because it gets. Just pay attention. Pay attention to your subscriptions. Make sure you're canceling them. Regardless. Back to sports and other things. The playoff picture in the NFL has really, has A, started to take shape, but B, looks so fun. And I think it's so fun this year, just looking at the playoffs, because I'm going to be honest, I think the majority of these games are 50-50. Pick your poison or pick your gladiator and let's roll. Look at this. All right, hold on. I'm going to... As of right now, let's fix that. Boom. This is your current playoff picture. Which is nuts, because if you told anybody, hey guys, 1 seeds in the conferences this year, it's going to be Broncos, Bears, I could maybe squint and say, yeah, maybe Denver can. Having Chicago at 9-3, now I don't know if they'll hold that. But I don't know if either team will hold it, to be honest, because they're all the Rams and Bears are technically tied. The Broncos and Patriots are technically tied, right? It's This is nuts. This is an insane playoff picture. Jacksonville currently now leading the AFC South. The Colts being in here like at the start of the year, most people would have thought that was kind of nuts. Especially if you said Daniel Jones was going to be starting. Like, what? You got Seattle. Like, you got Philadelphia. Like, you just have some exciting matchups. And the best part is, you could find so many people, like, and I don't mean like small niche camps. I mean like a lot of NFL fan base in general that'll tell you every single one of these teams is fraudulent. Like, a lot of people would say, you could say Bears are frauds, Pats and Broncos are frauds, Jaguars, Eagles are not playing like super well, Tampa's cooled off, right? Seattle is like Sam Darnold, right? Nobody trusts that. Like, so many of these teams you could look at and be like, oh yeah, they're fraudulent very clearly. But, like, I mean, even look at, like, the teams that are outside. If you look at, like, the 8, 9, and 10 seeds, they all have 500 or better records. Like, in the NFC alone, the 10 seed is 7-6, which is not, like, amazing. But normally, like, winning record, okay, playoff, here you go. Like, there's a good chance. Like, there are going to be 3 teams, like, in this range that are going to be outside that you could argue, like, that could be interesting to watch. Like, Dallas could be interesting. I definitely believe Carolina's got some intrigue there, even though I believe they're fraudulent as well. Detroit missing the playoffs. There's just so much going on there that at a certain point, the playoffs will just become insane. And on the other side, like, Houston is now back to 7-5 after starting 0-3. Like, it's been a very chaotic NFL season overall. I mean, Kansas City out of the playoffs. Kansas City and Detroit being out of the playoffs. Do you think anybody predicted both those teams would be just not there at all? Sure, some crazy people, but, like, come on. Nobody really. That's what's so great. In the NFL playoffs, you never know what the playoffs are going to look like. And we still don't. There's still a month to go, so it's certainly going to be interesting to see what it looks like moving forward. But regardless, this. Normally, I start these videos with like a tier list of some kind or something like that. I'm going to be straight with you. That's not how this is starting remotely. Not how this is going to start. I'm not starting any sort of tier list. I need to get into the business with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guys, okay, let me preface this. Let me preface this with Pittsburgh to start. I did not believe we were going to win. I wanted to win. I thought Buffalo's coming off a loss. They're going to play out of their minds. They're going to play angry. They're going to go in and they're going to creep. Like, that's what I thought. Or at least they were going to beat us and we were going to keep it close. Like, fine. Whatever. You know, because Buffalo's got Josh Allen. They expect to be competing for a Super Bowl. We kind of earned, like, you know, always the first round exit rate. And that game has to be, to me, not that, I think there are definitely worse losses, but to me that is just like that felt like the nail in the coffin. That is like the nail in the Mike Tomlin needs to. And I mean, he's not going to I don't think he will, and that's my reality. I don't think he will go. I don't think he'll get fired at the end of the season. I don't think if he doesn't, I don't think any coaching changes of significance will get made. But this is, if you ask the majority of Steelers fans, they've been saying this for years. We've been saying this for probably about 5 years now. It's starting to get to the point of Andy Reid and the Eagles' divorce kind of status. Because Pittsburgh hasn't won a playoff game in 8 years. I don't think anybody expects them to this year. Mike Tomlin has tried to do these constant patch jobs since Big Ben retired. It hasn't worked, whether it's been Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson or Justin Fields or drafting Kenny Pickett. Like, none of these kind of patch job decisions have worked out. In this season alone, they've had 3 games I can think of very specifically. I'm thinking Green Bay, I'm thinking the Chicago Bears, and I'm thinking this game against the Bills, where they had a lead entering the half, or at least they felt they were in more control of the game than the other team. And the second half, just no adjustments made, no real significant changes. And this one, especially at home against Buffalo in a game where you dominated defensively in the first half, but the offense was anemic. It was so bad. When you talk about having a team offensively that is built around rushing the football, ground and pounding with Jaylen Warren and with Kenneth Gainwell, against the 30th ranked rush defense. 30th. There are only 2 teams worse than Buffalo when it came to running the ball. Sean Tucker was going off against them. We were seeing Woody Marks and Nick Chubb just brutalize them in the ground game. We were seeing all of that. And to come out of this game, to this running game, to look so piss poor? What? What are we doing? And then defensively, that was the worst allowed rushing defense by the Steelers in the entirety of the stadium. Like, I understand James Cook is good, but Ray Davis averaging 8 yards a carry? Have you seen his game log? Have you seen his game log the rest of the year? It's been so, like, 1.2 yards a pop from this guy in the majority of the time. Then just against Steelers, 8 yards. 8 yards per carry. It's so illogical. It just doesn't make any sense remotely. It's so uninspired. It's such uninspired football. And then the coaching malpractice of guys like Arthur Smith, who Mike Tomlin has hired because he doesn't want to hire anybody outside the organization to be a good offensive mind. You know why? Because Tomlin, for whatever reason, I believes he needs to have some control of the offense, when in reality, he's so tone deaf to it. Hold on. I gotta pull this up real quick. This is absurd. This was absurd. This was, again, and I say this, I do not say this lightly. This was straight up coaching malpractice. This was ridiculous. Here we go. Okay. Unanswered. This is absurd. 3rd and 9. It is 3rd and 9. Any sane offense, down 2 scores, any offense is passing this football. Like, they're putting Metcalf, first of all, like, they're looking for Metcalf in the slot. They're looking for Freiermuth on a crossing route. They're looking for somebody down the field. Pittsburgh's choice, Pittsburgh's decision is to hand it off to Kenneth Gainwell for him to just be 2 yards short, right? 2 yards short, like a yard and a half short, 2 yards, whatever, and then proceed to not even go for it on 4th down. What? You're not even attempting a pass? It's 3rd and 9. You're not rushing this ball for a 1st down. Like, it's, and then Tony Romo on the broadcast has the audacity to call that a good play call. Like, it's not if you're not going to go for it. And then later in the game, what is this? 23-7. Oh my God, I don't want to watch an ad. I'll just let it play. But like, dude, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable the amount of like garbage that was happening in this game the whole time. This was, again, it was malpractice. Here it is. 4th and 2. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 4th and 2. Right? 4th and 2 now. They're bunched up in a heavy set. So they've got the extra lineman in. They've got Darnell Washington in motion running behind the guard. They've got him just standing there. They've got 6 extra linemen in. They've got 6 linemen in here. And it is 4th and 2. Like, if it was a trick play pass, fine. It isn't. Buffalo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys near the box. And there's no wide receiver outside pulling another defender away. There's not. There just isn't. There's not, like, it's so obvious what the play call is. And then what happens? Where is it? Oh my gosh. Nowhere. Loss of a yard. This is, again, to emphasize this, the 30th ranked rushing defense in the National Football League. And the Pittsburgh Steelers' logic is to show up in a heavy set formation and just lose a yard. How is it? How is it that you don't show up? You don't even really show up offensively the entirety of the game, because in order to even score the touchdown, you need to turn over to begin with. It's absurd. It's nightmarish. It is absolute malpractice. It is inconceivable that this offense is this bad. And I don't understand it. And I don't understand how on earth you could possibly be this atrocious. It's diabolical. It's so evil. It is evil work. And the logic of people, like you got Rex Ryan out here on social media. You got Rex Ryan out in his big office crib saying, Mike Tomlin's going to choose where he wants to go. Why? He hasn't won a playoff game in 8 years. If I showed up to my job and didn't do anything of significance for 8 years, I am cooked. I am thrown out of there before the 8 years. I'm thrown out of there before 3. It's crazy. Eric, I see you in the chat. Eric, what is up? Oh my god, here, let me get you hold on. I gotta get into my soundboard here. Gotta get into Dude, I gotta tell you something. Shout out the Steelers for giving. Listen, Eric, Eric, we gotta team up because I know Ravens and Steelers is this coming weekend or either at the end of the year. I'm telling you, man, I got so much. It's gonna be so like ridiculous. Like I saw Cincinnati, I saw the Bengals, right? Just completely somehow force 5 turnovers on Thanksgiving. And I thought, oh man, we may have a shot. And then I see my team up 7-3. 7-3 against the Bills. I'm like, all right, we just got to like put some more points on the board. Immediately out of half, Rodgers coughs it up. Joey Bosa does the first thing he's ever done in like 3 years of football just for Benford to go in, scoop it up, score a touchdown. And I'm like, all right, that's over. That's game. I knew it was game from that play. It was because there was no way they were moving the ball again. They ran it on 3rd and 9. They ran the ball like they had Saquon Barkley plus Bo Jackson back there. It was Kenneth Gainwell. It was the Eagles' backup running back. Kenneth Gainwell is second on this team in catches. I'd understand if that was CMC being second on your team in catches. It's Kenneth Gainwell. It's like the most catches on the team. It's absurd. It's unbelievable. Like, why? What is it? Well, for a playoff spot? Dude, this is... I'm telling you, man, anybody... If you ask any team in the entirety of the playoffs right now, like, who do you want to see first round? I'd love to see Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'd love to see them. That would be great. That'd be awesome. Let me get the guy who has a fractured wrist right now. And it's... Every year, there's like, the majority of the media is like, Mike Tomlin, he's so good, he's never had a losing season. Dude, winning seasons do not equate to playoff victories. They just don't. If that was the case, everyone, like, dude would... Unreal. That's crazy. And the worst part is, he's not even, like, the second best coach in the Steelers' history. There's not many, but like he's clearly third behind Chuck Noll and Bill Cowher. Like he's very clearly third place, and the media just loves him. They love to just juice up his cheeks, man. They love it. They love just massaging his chest, like no 8-8, baby. It's like it's such a crash. Like I have, and the crazy thing is. Not the first time I've crashed out about this. I've crashed out about this so many times, it's like ridiculous. Honestly, though, do I think the Steelers? No. And the reason why is because they got to play Ravens twice. Now, somehow they'll split the series. If they make the playoff, man, I don't want to watch whatever they make the playoffs. They play Cleveland, so that. But here's the thing, right? Like I say, they play Cleveland. They could lose to Shedeur. Like that would be such a Steelers thing to do. To like somehow beat Baltimore on the road and then lose to Shedeur Sanders and give him his first career win. Like it's just such a Steelers thing to do, right? Like it's unbelievable. It is mind-boggling to me the amount of glaze and love and affection the media gives Tomlin because it's asinine. It's asinine. Like. And the argument I'll get from Steelers fans too, and I'll get this one a lot, they'll be like, well, who do you hire that's better? It's not about better. It's about new. It's about new. You look at there are three rookie head coaches leading their divisions. Ben Johnson is the 1 seed in the NFC. You gonna tell me You gonna look in the face and tell me that there's not a single head coach who's worth hiring? There always is. There's always a rookie head coach who makes the playoffs every year. There's clearly good coaches out there. So it's like, what are people talking about? Yes, you can fire Mike Tomlin. Liam Cohen is the Jaguars. The Jaguars who had, 3 wins all of last year at 8-4 and leading the AFC South. And their offense isn't even playing well. I don't think their offense, Brian Thomas Jr., if I told you, hey, Brian Thomas Jr. is going to fall off a cliff, but the Jaguars are going to be leading their division by week 13, you would have booted me out of a cannon. You would have shot me out of a cannon to Sri Lanka. I would have been off learning another language. It would have been I would have been on the Wong Dong Tigers. Ni hao, ni hao. That's what would have happened. They would have sent me away. It's just, and yet, if I go, hold on, let me look at their schedule. Just to see what we'd be looking at. Because really, I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Put Joe Burrow in the playoffs at this point. I don't even want to know. I really don't. I don't even want to know what this team. Hold on, let me this up. What? You know what? Yeah. I don't care about titles. Get all out. Get all out of here. Aaron Rodgers says, don't agree with the box of shame. Coach did everything he could to call a winning game plan. The guys I was throwing to had too much turkey grease on the hand. They will correct it. Look, man, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. Aaron, I don't know what you're talking about. They're just, nah. Aaron, look, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about with this turkey grease. Calling out Johnny Smith for running the wrong route. Throw the ball down the field. What are we doing about? Not Joe. Anyone but Joe. Yeah, look, man, I don't want Cincy in the playoffs, but, dude, I don't know. Can we just, let's give our playoff spot to, can we give up the AFC North playoff spot to, I mean, I don't know, though. I don't want Kansas City. I kind of don't know if I want Mahomes there either. The only reason I'd want Mahomes is because I would need someone to really root against, right? That's the only reason I would have him there. Houston, do I really want to give the spot to CJ Stroud? No, not really. The only other team maybe would be put Detroit there. Just get Detroit in, or even Carolina Panthers. Let them try. Let them try something. Shit. I have to move. So the last 5 games at Baltimore. I'm gonna be real. That's probably an L. I don't think the Steelers find a way to win in Baltimore. I mean, because I don't know, because when Mike Tomlin has his absolute back against the wall, right? It's okay, there's always a chance, but it's bro, come on, it's so bad. Give it to the Chargers. Give it to Houston. I'll give it to Houston. They're not in the playoffs, but I know the Chargers already have a playoff spot. I just don't know who would. I'm gonna give the home game. I'd probably give to I don't know, the Bills maybe. Maybe they'll be I'll give it to Buffalo. Sure, why not? Let's give it to the Bills. Let them have a chance. But I mean, this is so nightmarish. Then there's Miami, and here's the thing, right? I say this, in my head, this is my logic. Pittsburgh could somehow find a way. Realistically, you told me they have what? Three of the next 5 games are road games, right? But Cleveland and Miami suck. But here's the thing: it doesn't matter. Pittsburgh can beat a 10-1 team and lose to a 1-10 team. If the Titans were on here, honestly, that'd be the game I'm the most scared of. Not even a joke. Not even a joke. If the Titans were on this, I'd be so scared of them because I just know Mike Tomlin finds a way to lose to Cam Ward and company. It could have been Will Levis out there. It could be Jamarcus Russell out there. It could be me on the other team playing against the Steelers, and I'm going to find a way to go for 250 and 3 tutties because that's how miserable Mike Tomlin is as a coach. The fact that he makes so many other players look so much better than they are. It's vile. Give up a spot, so who's that Make-A-Wish playoff team? Right now, Aaron, it's going to be the winner of the AFC North. That's going to be the Make-A-Wish playoff team. Like, that's just what it is. Here you go. Lose to... Who even has the 5 right now? The 5 is the Chargers. Here you go. Watch the Chargers come in and whoop your booty. Like, give Justin Herbert his first playoff win. Here you go. Give Trevor Lawrence playoff win number 2. Here you go. Give Josh Allen the free trip to division. Here we go. Ravens going to win the division just to lose in the divisional round again. Eric, that implies that they make it past the divisional round. Because, again, how are you going to let Cincinnati do what they did? That's 5 turnovers. That was 5 turnovers from the worst defense. Like, I just don't. I don't know. I don't think the winner of the AFC North wins a playoff game. The only way is if it's like the Chargers and the Chargers offensive line just actively decides to wear diapers the whole day and poop them. Like, I think it's the only way. I don't see anything else, any other predicament. I just think it's in a position right now where, like, Ravens get like sort of a kind of pass because it started so slow, but the Pittsburgh Steelers started 4-1 and have actively just been worse and worse. And again, it's such malpractice, so atrocious. Like, also, like, and the worst part of this game, the Steelers had no sacks. They did not sack Josh Allen a single time. They didn't sack Josh Allen once. He got sacked 8 times. 8 in Houston. Goes into Pittsburgh, doesn't get sacked once. Like, how? And they were missing both Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown. They're down both their starting tackles, and with the guys of TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, Nick Herbig, and Jack Sawyer all on your pass rush, you can't get a sack? How? Like, TJ Watt, I'm sorry. I love you. I've loved you for so many years, but you are getting paid so much money to eat up half of our entire cap space, and you've registered like 6 to 7 sacks. He's registered 6 to 7 sacks, guys. That, like, I don't. It's like I need a new coach, man. I need someone else. I can't. My brain is so. I need something different. If it sucks the first year, it is what it is. But I can't keep doing this. This is not okay. Tomlin has the highest paid defense, and this is happening. Like, it doesn't matter offense, defense, special teams, water boys running onto the field. Mike Tomlin can't figure any of it out. And it's where it is at right now. Yeah, Ravens know how to give hope, just your fan base over. And Justin, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know why I keep like buying in. Why? How do they like? It's like I need a medal for the fell for it again award. Like I fell for it again. We were 4-1, fell for it again. Like DK Metcalf. Like, I don't even know how this is possible, but I think every single person on the Steelers roster is actively overpaid. Every single person. Maybe outside of like Kenneth Gainwell. I think everybody is overpaid, which is insane. It's an insane thing for every single player on your roster to be overpaid, and yet it's true. Everyone makes too much money. Everyone on that team makes way too much money for the production that they're giving. It's absurd. It's nuts. I can't. Justin Herbert can't win a playoff game. Yeah, that's true. Justin Herbert has to stay if man. It's his like secret identity. It's his thing. Like, he's big. It's big on if man. You know, it's huge. He's the guy. He's like, oh, what if he could win? Although they did beat the Raiders, but also like man, sometimes I do like I'll say this. I would never actively be a fan of another team because I can't. I'm not gonna switch up like that. That's not me. I'm not gonna switch up even when I'm dead. Like, when I'm in heaven, I'm gonna be still rooting for the Steelers somehow. Actually, you know what? I'm low-key might not make it to heaven. Figure that out. I'm just cannot, in all seriousness, like, switch up teams. But also, I can't, like, how this team able to remotely do this every single year. How Mike Tomlin continues to be one of the most despicable coaches. Like, the most glazed, too. Like, I don't know how most media doesn't see it. Point is they lose to Buffalo, which means next week is an opportunity for the Pittsburgh Steelers to somehow take a lead in the division. The AFC North will finally have some clarity maybe next week. Or this coming week, I guess. But Mike Tomlin says, you know what, let's give Mike Tomlin some credit for showing up. Says, boxes shame my ass. Spent weeks on a game plan and the players running around like monkeys. Mike, listen, I need you. Listen, the Eagles moved off of Andy Reid. The Patriots moved off Bill Belichick. It's time for the Steelers to move off you. It needs to be done. It's not only glaze me because I am pretty like Omar. Nah, it's done. It's done. We need a breath of fresh air in Pittsburgh. It is too diabolical right now. It just cannot. I can't, man. For my own, like, dude, I might be bald before 30 if this keeps up. Like, I'm gonna need to find some legitimate hair treatment to try to keep myself from losing it all, because I'm like this close. I am this close. I still got 5 more weeks of this, man. This is just not okay. Oh my gosh. And the other thing I'll say, and also, okay, I got to switch gears a little bit right now because I got to say this. This was the other thing I got to talk about is the other team in Pennsylvania. I got to talk Eagles for a second because I got to go back to Black Friday. Now, there were some other Thanksgiving names I already talked about, but I got to talk about Philadelphia because I'm going to say it right now. I don't know how, like, people always say, what's the worst fan base? I'm going to tell you right now, ain't no debate, is the Philadelphia Eagles fan. It is just the craziness of that Black Friday game, of all of them. Every single Eagles fan in that stadium was, like, every single one by far, right? And I recently, this was on TikTok, there was some Eagles fans apparently outside of Kevin Patullo's house. Kevin Patullo is the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles. They were outside his house throwing rocks. Like, man, it's not that. Like, I know I just spent like half an hour crashing out, but it's not that serious where you need to be throwing straight up, like, hucking rocks at a married man with 2 kids and, like, bruising his house. Like, what? How is it, like, possible? Eagles fans, by the way, just won a Super Bowl, are still 8-4, better off than the majority of teams, and are like, dude, this Kevin Patullo is like Hitler. Like, dude, this is nuts. This is insane behavior. It is such, and like their justification is like, well, we know this team can be better than it is. Really? Because, like, how are you going to blame it all on Patullo? Like, I can understand some blame being on Patullo. Like, I understand I just spent the whole time blaming Mike Tomlin, right? But the difference is I've seen this happen for 8 years. Patullo, you've seen, like, 12 games of, and you think it's all on him, despite the fact that Saquon Barkley is averaging, like, a career low in rush yards per game, like, rush yards per carry. Jalen Hurts, like, stop using he never turns the ball over as an excuse to why he's a top 5 quarterback. Alex Smith rarely turned the ball over. Was he ever top 5? Nope. And now I just don't understand how the Philadelphia have this thing going. Like, how do you like I have never seen like what I'll call like a sane Philadelphia Eagles fan. They're so like few and far between. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. And like, hold on. Like, maybe if it was like freaking out over like a team that was 2-8. Eagles have like one loss to a losing team, and it was right. Like they lost to Denver, who has 10 wins, Chicago, who is the 1 seed, and like Dallas, who's a division rival, and also has a winning record. Like, and who also just beat the Chiefs. Like, y'all are just freaking out. Like, no blame on the defense. No, it's all Patullo. It's not the defense that gave up over 200 combined rushing yards to DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai. Like, it's not on the defense remotely. It's only Patullo. Like, I think Philadelphia Eagles fans think they're way smarter than they are. They really aren't. They're just not. I'm not saying like they're all stupid, but like those fans are like, oh, we get it. We like understand this offense. Dude, come on. There's more flaws to your team than just your offense. Your defense couldn't stop the Chicago Bears worth a darn. And I don't even think Caleb Williams completed 55% of his... Like, did Caleb complete more than half his passes? I don't think so. You just couldn't stop the rushing game with big ol' Tua Jalen Carter and Zach Bond fraud or whatever. Like, I just... There's more flaws in your team than you're willing to admit. Just saying. And then also, I think one... And this is a personal thing. I think there's one small little thing about the Eagles that I don't like, and I don't know who, but I just, because I like to follow a lot of different like sports content creators and things. I don't know if y'all know who Rozzy Takes is, but she's the one girl that like does the dance where it's like every time the like if the Eagles lose, I'll do whatever the top comment says. Like it's so like in her, I see like her reaction shorts. It's like, man, dude, like. That's not like you recorded that in post. Like you were not watching the play at the time. Like that's like such a like lazy, lame, like I feel like unlegitimate reaction. I mean, I know there are some people like that, but I'm like, man, that's just not that entertaining. But there's the top comments on those are so funny. Like the main one was like, you gotta go on a date with a homeless guy, but it wasn't like go on a date with a homeless guy. It was like, You gotta take a homeless guy to Virginia. And it's like, my God. I think the most recent ones is like go to North Korea. You gotta purchase a plane ticket and go to North Korea after the Eagles lost to the Cowboys. And it was like, that's funny right there. Like that's just funny to me. And like I only like am really excited to see your content. I'm like, oh, the Eagles lost. Oh, I gotta see what the top comment was. I gotta go back. I gotta see it. I mean, in all honesty, I just don't understand how so many teams. I just don't know how you spoil the rotten. Like my team won a Super Bowl, I'd be like, all right, cool, we can suck next year. Like I'm okay with that. Like to a certain extent, I'd be like, sorry, dude, the underdog's on top. Super Bowl champs, baby. Underdog Pittsburgh Steelers are on top, but you know, if it is what it is, you know, if I'd sell my soul. I'd sell my soul for a Super Bowl win. I'd pull a Joe Namath. I don't care. Look, man, it barely gets any use these days. I just need. It's like that. It's like, hey, did you sell your soul to the devil for a Steelers Super Bowl win? I'm like Jonah Hill at the like Academy Awards or Oscars, or who was it? Oh my gosh, WWE or Vince McMahon when he's like, I can't talk about it. Oh, oh my gosh, and. That was like 40 minutes of like purely Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh. Also, let me just refill this. Let me switch up a little bit because I'm just gonna. You know what? Today's about my team. You know what? As much as bad as the Steelers are, you know who's put a smile on my face, made me super duper happy lately. It's none other than the Phoenix Suns, who right now. I mean, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. This is some impressive. I know. Listen, I know it's probably not going to last very long. But to have a winning record for a team that basically had no expectations the entirety of this coming into this season, I'm pretty happy. Like, considering, listen, I know we didn't win against the Thunder most recently at the start of the NBA Cup, but I gotta say, to only lose by 4 with no Grayson Allen, I don't believe Brooks played either. Like we were missing some key pieces. I gotta say, to only lose by 4, I don't know. Like, and obviously we'll cool down. Like Colin Gillespie won't have the same like 3-point shooting percentage. Like Grayson Allen won't be shooting at as high of a clip probably later in the year. But to be at I think it's 12-9. I believe it was 12-9. 12-9 and 7th, as opposed to what was last year, like 10th and much lower. Like, I'm overall pretty ecstatic with that. So, I gotta say, it's not. We're looking up. We're looking up in Phoenix. Devin Booker will eventually bust out of the slump to make up for the fact that not everyone's shooting at an incredibly high clip. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be better than like the Denver Nuggets or the Oklahoma City Thunder. But it's so much more exciting. I don't think people understand how unfun watching the Suns with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal was. Like, and everyone coming in like, Bradley Beal, man, he's going to have a new change of scenery. He's going to be better with the Clippers. And I get it, like now he's hurt. He was never going to be that. Just wasn't. It was never going to happen. It was never going to come remotely even close. Like, it had nothing to stand on. He barely had anything. I'm surprised he had legs to stand on. There was never a chance. It just wasn't going to work. I watched it. I didn't watch every game, but I watched like 50 to 60 Suns games last year. It was never going to work. It never had a shot. Bradley Beal was like, maybe one of the worst mistakes we ever made. Like Kevin Durant was one thing to be bad, like not a great move. Bradley Beal was by far like one of the worst organizations. Mike Tomlin still is going off in the chat saying too many Rocky movies giving Philadelphia hope. QB throws like a girl. Hold on, I'm gonna start talking like a Tomlin. Too many Rocky movies giving Philadelphia hope. A quarterback who throws like a girl. Running back who decided to run away. Wide receiver who has more diva tendencies than Kelsey's hoe. More problems than a Mexican without a green without a green card in 2025. I thought that was just more problems than a Mexican without was just the entire sentence. The expression in the box of shame is every Suns fan's face when they relay on Grayson Allen. Look, man, listen, I'll tell you what. Booker will turn around. Dylan Brooks has been playing some nasty defense. He's given the team a chip on its shoulder. It's just made the team more fun. It needed to be fun again, and it's fun for the Phoenix Suns. I don't know if Jordan Knott's a great head coach. I really don't. He's like better than Budenholzer for sure, but it's fun. It's fun. It's way more fun than it was last year. I'm enjoying myself. I think today. Tonight we got Lakers. But we lost to them. No, you know what? Hot take. I think we beat the Lakers tonight. Hot take. Suns money line. Cash it now. If Dylan Brooks is playing, it's gonna be. He's gonna be up in Luka's face. He's gonna be up in AR's face. It's go Phoenix. Go Suns. Go Suns. Go. Get on the bandwagon before it's too late. Suns to the finals. But here we go, baby. I'm so happy that the Suns are fun to watch again. Oh my god. I got like 15 more minutes left. What are some other big headlines? Oh, okay. I owe someone an apology. I was unfamiliar with their game. Bryce Young, I owe you half of an apology. The reason why I say half is you just beat the Rams, who were the 1 seed. I've been glazing the Rams a lot, so I got to give Bryce Young his due. I got to give Bryce Young his credit. I owe you an apology, Bryce. But that comes with an asterisk because you need to do it in 2 straight weeks. You need to do it. You need to be consistent, which is something Bryce Young hasn't been. I believe they have a bye, so maybe the bye week will be the time where he plays poorly in practice. He'll be able to play better come week 15. But I gotta say, with all due respect, Bryce, all due respect, it was a great win. I give the Panthers a lot of credit. I give the Panthers defense a lot of credit. They made huge turnovers. They picked off Matt Stafford twice. They got a pick six. They got the game-sealing forced fumble. Panthers defense came up huge, as well as their offense. Ted McMillan had that late touchdown, which was huge for Carolina. A fourth down was like a money down for the Panthers when they were playing the Rams. However, and I say this with absolute confidence, Panthers are still fraudulent. I believe in Dave Canales. What Dave Canales has done in his second year is impressive. Bryce Young needs to be consistent, man. And listen, when you talk about Bryce, he's in year 3. He's made amazing strides from where he's come from. So I have to give him a lot of credit there. The issue I have with Bryce is obviously A, the consistency, but B, say if you're Carolina, right? Let's talk about the Panthers. Bryce Young, you're probably going to pick up his 5th-year option if he continues like going into his 4th year. What do you pay Bryce Young? Like, because you're not giving him a big contract. You're just not. Especially with like the way Tua and Kyler Murray have gone, like shorter, smaller quarterbacks getting big contracts just hasn't been good. Which is why, like, I don't think Carolina pays Bryce Young big money. So he might end up somewhere else, and he might be better off for it. But I just don't see a reason to pay Bryce Young an extensive amount of guap. I just don't see it. He, like, maybe if you paid him enough, he could gain, like, a couple inches in height. Like, honestly, if I were the Panthers, I wouldn't even give him a contract. I would first pay for surgery to make his legs a little higher so he could see above the offensive line, and then I would pay him. But, and then any money left, like, if you were to give Bryce Young a contract, I would need to mandate that you make him tall. Because I don't buy into the short quarterback thing. Like, there's a certain, you can only be so short. Like, Baker Mayfield's height, I think Baker's like 6 foot, 6'1", is about the shortest I'm willing to go for a franchise quarterback. After that, you got to be taller. You got to be taller than me. Let's put it that way. If you are taller than me, you are good enough quarterback material height. Like, that's what I think. If you're not, then you're going to have difficulty seeing over the offensive line that's 6'5", 6'6", 6'8", right? Like, it's just, that's where you're going to see that. You're going to see, you need to be able to see above your offensive line. I think it matters. I think short quarterbacks, it's just, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't do it justice. But I will say, Bryce, congratulations on beating the Rams. Congratulations on staying in the playoff race. They got a shot. They do have a shot to win the division, especially considering that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have significantly cooled off where they previously were. But they've got a lot to figure out regardless. We'll see. We'll see where the Carolina Panthers end up looking. But I still kind of feel Tampa's going to win the division. I have to be honest, because I think Tampa's going to get healthier. Bucky Irving has come back, right? They're going to get Mike Evans back in the last couple of weeks of the year. I think Tampa's still going to win. I think Tampa's just more experienced, and they're going to find their way. And then tonight wraps up Week 13. We've got the New England Patriots hosting New York Giants. Now, I'll say this, and this is the real test. So, all these Patriot fans, they've been comparing Drake May to Tom Brady, right? Here's the real test. If Drake May really is the next Tom Brady in New England, the Patriots will lose this game. They're playing the Giants. It only makes sense. They would lose to the New York Football Giants because, let's be honest, there ain't no way. Like, I feel like Jameis, of all the QBs, all these quarter, like, Jameis is the one who can go into New England and win. It's got that vibe. And to be honest, I'll say this about the New York Giants. Their trajectory, I've said this a few times, their trajectory is so much better than their New Jersey counterparts, the New York Jets. It's so much better. Like, even though the Jets have won more games right now, I know the Jets have a lot of first-round picks. I don't care. Because the Jets have had this happen before. They had 2021 to 2022. Not even, like, within 5 years, they had 5 first-round picks. Like, within 2 years, and even a year with 3 first-rounders, and they still booty cheek. They're still bums. And that was what? Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, and Garrett Wilson. That's who it was. And I gotta be honest, if we're gonna be like, yeah, guys, the Jets have a shot. No, they don't. They don't. It's the Giants. The Giants are the better team. They're the better organization. They have the better young talent. If we're being honest, if you want to tell me, would you rather have the Jets young players or the Giants young players? You're 100% taking New York because they're more fun and they look better. Like Jackson Dart, already better than Justin Fields. Cam Scatterboo. Ooh, it's tough, but I mean, you could make a real case that Scatterboo healthy is a better option than Breece Hall based on what we've seen. And I'm taking like Malik. I kind of think Malik is better than Garrett Wilson when healthy. So it's like, sorry to Randy Parade. And then when you look at like the Giants pass rush, very good. And with now Shane Bowen fired, maybe the defense will actually be able to hold the lead against Drake May. Because Drake May didn't play well against Cincinnati. People kind of forget it was not a great start to the day against the Bengals. So we'll have to see where it goes. But I gotta be real here. If Drake May is anything like Tom Brady, he'll lose this game. That's my take. I think if he's anything like Tom, he's going to lose to the New York Giants tonight. And look, Jameis is going to be fun. Like, I think Jameis is the main reason I'm going to be watching this game. I don't really, like, yeah, the Patriots are winning. Do I want to see them win? No, I don't. I'm sick of Boston. And the reason why, I'm sick of Boston for a lot of reasons. I'm sick of Boston because, like, we're in the Northeast, right? We're in New York right now. I gotta think of like Boston is like, there's too many New Englanders in New York. There just are. There's too much Boston in New York, and it bums me out. I don't know why. It's because they win a lot, but it just bums me out. It bothers me, and it needs to burst. Go somewhere else. But that's where it is, and I just don't. I'm trying to actually, you know what? I have an idea. I have an interesting idea. But I am sort of intrigued. Oh. I wonder what I was gonna say. I wonder, like, if I'm gonna bet something, what would I guarantee that's gonna be bet on? If you had a guess something that's guaranteed to happen, game, what are you betting? To me, it's easy. The answer is easy. It's a Jameis Winston interception. Like, it's the most clear-cut bet, because I think it will happen at least once. But, like, a Jameis Winston interception, a Jameis Winston touchdown, and, like, ooh, what Patriot player scores? Because, like, they're so, like, the only thing I think holding New England back significantly from like, let's say, winning a playoff game somehow this year is the fact that they still use Ramondre Stevenson. Like, banish him to the shadow realm. I don't know what you're still doing with him remotely in your offensive. Send him to Vormir for the Soul Stone. Like, that's what I would do. I would just say trade him off. Like if I'm New England and he's on that cliff, I'm not even saying I'm sorry. Like, sorry, and they're like, I'm sorry. No, you're getting thrown. I'm taking the Soul Stone. I'm taking a cheeseburger. I'm gonna be real. I'm taking a burger. Sorry, like you send him to the Shadow Realm. Like, trade him to the Saints. Trade him to the Saints for like a draft pick, right? Like, send him somewhere where you're not gonna need him. Because, dude, people want Travion Henderson. People don't want Ramondre. People, I don't think at any point in history wanted more Ramondre Stevenson. I don't think anybody asked for that. Like, there were some people who were asking for certain players to be benched or certain players to come up and get more snaps and get more time. Nobody, I think, asked for that of Ramondre Stevenson in or outside of Boston. The only people who asked for more were probably like sabotaging. It doesn't make any logical sense. I don't see a world in which that would have made me. But it is what it is. And then, oh wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. My brain's like ticking. I'm trying to figure out there was one more thing I wanted to squeeze in. I'm trying to remember what the game. Oh, okay. One more thing about this week, and I'm probably gonna go eat dinner. I only got I've got to keep these like an hour. Bryce Young, I gave his flowers. Also, well, two things actually. First thing, beginning of the year, I had a prediction that a certain team was going to win a division. And that division was the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the AFC South. And not only that, I stayed true to that prediction. Even when the Colts got off to their wicked hot start, I stayed true that the Jacksonville Jaguars win the division. Look at me now. Jacksonville's on top of the division. On top of the division. They got to play the Colts, of course. But look at me. Look at me. I'm not insane. People call me insane. People call me nuts after the Colts' wicked hot start. And guess what? I don't care. I do not care. I'm not insane. Y'all don't get it like I do. Grayson Allen, Kenny Pickett, you were laying one wrong ones, young man. You laying on the wrong ones, young man. Nah, dude. I don't rely on Kenny Pickett. I never relied on Pickett. Actually, I relied on him when his rookie year. Then I gave up. Grayson Allen, though, Colin Gillespie are men that I will rely on, Mike Tomlin. I ain't relying on you no more. I'll tell you what. Ain't no way I'm relying on you. But the other two things. Jacksonville leading the division. I feel vindicated. Just based on the fact that they're leading the division. I feel so vindicated right now. And you can argue, oh, Daniel Jones broke his leg. Dude, if Daniel Jones sat and let Anthony Richardson play, maybe they could have beaten Houston. That's a lie. They never would have beaten Houston with Anthony Richardson. But the point still stands. The crazy thing is, I don't think Jacksonville's reached their peak yet. Brian Thomas Jr. has absolutely regressed this year. Jacoby Myers had to have a huge impact for Jacksonville to win the game against Tennessee. Jacksonville's getting their due. Jacksonville's going to be surprisingly impressive. But you know what? There were three things. I got three things. The second thing, get Justin Jefferson out of the landscape that is Minnesota. I say that as a fantasy owner of his that has now basically had their fantasy season ended as a result. Get him out. Get him out of that poop place. Okay. There was a reason Max Brosner went undrafted. He's bad. Threw 4 picks against Seattle. That's number one. Number two, if you're Kevin O'Connell, if you're Justin Jefferson, think about Justin Jefferson's season right now. I think him and Wan'Dale Robinson on the New York Giants have similar. That ain't okay in any universe. That's just not okay. What's happening right now is quarterback malpractice. Get J.J. McCarthy, get him over to the XFL, get him over to China, let him go play there. And if I'm Max Brosner, dude, you can come over to my place and eat some mac and cheese, but that's about it. I'd rather have you here eating mac and cheese than I would have you step foot on an NFL field for any wide receiver one who's top 15 in the league and just tank their stats. I can't have that. I will not tolerate that, Max. I'm sorry, but I won't tolerate it. Give the first female quarterback the props that Trevor Lawrence is definitely improved. That's the thing. I can't tell if Trevor's improved. I think he's slightly better, but I really sometimes can't tell because he's had some heinous plays this year. For a guy who makes as much money as he does, I feel like he should be way better than he is. I don't fully believe that the long-haired surfer pretty boy is that good. I think it's just Liam Cohen's doing a good job coaching. That would be my take. I don't know. That's where I see it from though. And then where are we looking at? One more thing before I log off. What was it? Oh, Denver. That Commanders-Broncos game, I'm gonna tell you right now, Denver ain't real. Denver is. It's like Dexter. Hold on. I'm blanking on his name right now. It is Eric, dude. It's James Dokes. It is Dokes from Dexter. I have proof. I'm thinking in my head, yeah, the Broncos are fraudulent, but I just can't prove it. I can't prove it because they've kept winning, but they barely beat the Commanders with Marcus Mariota, right? It's just I smell a rat. I can't prove it, but I don't think Denver's legitimate. I can't put my finger on it, but they don't feel legitimate remotely. And the fact that they barely beat the Commanders feels like it should prove my point that they're just not nearly as legitimate as they should be. That's my take. I'll probably have more stuff to talk about tomorrow on Tuesday's show. Hopefully, we'll have a guest appearance from Taff. We'll see if he can hop in and join the show. But that was it. I just need to get that off. I feel vindicated about Jacksonville. Minnesota is committing malpractice with Justin Jefferson, and the Denver Broncos are probably fraudulent. Those are what I have right now for what I've seen in the NFL. Mike Tomlin in the comments. Thank you guys for, of course, popping out. He said, praying for Justin Jefferson. Hope the young brother finds the strength he needs not to slap a QB or coach upside his head. I'm honestly surprised he hasn't, because I would have. I'm surprised he hasn't. That's kind of crazy that he still. I'm a little shocked that hasn't happened yet. I'm worried that we might be getting close to it. But Justin Jefferson, I hope you keep your head on strong and pull it together. I believe that things can change. Minnesota, once 9 is out of there. Anyways, that's all I have for tonight. It has been my hour. It has been. I hope you are free refilled. I will be letting y'all know what we are doing. Probably for Tuesday, tomorrow. Hopefully we have our show, and we'll see where it goes. But in the meantime, that has been Free Refill. You've been watching Prime Time with Taff and Phil. And I will see you guys next time. Enjoy your evening. And you know what? Merry December as we approach into the road to Christmas. I got nothing else. Thank you guys so much. I'm logging off. I'll see you guys next time.